Welcome everyone to this next installment in the Department of Numismatics. This is Chief Engineer Boulay. Wanted to give you guys an update on the status of Alabama Senate Bill 13 to make changes to the tax exemption of precious metals. Before we start with that, really appreciate all the love and support that the channel is receiving from everyone, and it is greatly appreciated. This channel will grow as we all grow together. And yes, I have promised you guys something related to the first milestone. So we'll talk a little bit more about that after we talk about the update with the Senate bill. Okay, so let's go over here to bamapolitics.com and we can actually look at Senate Bill 13 for the 2020 session in the Alabama legislature. So, bottom line, the bill has gone through committees, has gone through both the House and Senate, and made some. There was an amendment made, and it has passed both the House and Senate, and is now sitting on the governor's desk for Governor Kay Ivey to sign and make into law. So I really appreciate the support from everyone out there who helped with the email campaign to let the committee know that we want this law to pass. And let's go down here a little bit and kind of look at the timeline from when the bill was introduced to the point where I made the first video, which was about what, March 14th? And if you look here, when they actually had a public hearing and when it was read into the roll for a second time in the House, the timing was pretty wild there. So it's one of the first things I noticed when checking out the status of the bill. And we'll get into, this is actually the bill itself. We'll get to that in a second. I wanted to scroll down here and show these pie charts, which is interesting because whenever the bill came up for vote, there were no nays against the bill in the various stages that it went through, which is pretty interesting. I mean, we can go through here and we can actually click on it, and it actually breaks down each legislature and the way they voted. And no no's. Couple of absence folks and plain slack, but that's okay. We forgive them. But didn't matter what party. Seemed like it was a yes vote all around. So this is a good sign. It's nice to. It's good to see both sides of the aisle, working together. And in this case, with this bill, this is one we want them to work well together. So let's go back up to. Oh, I need a back. All right, here we go. Let's go back up to the wording on the bill itself. So, what did they amend? Well, first off, the bill was set to expire next year, which is 5 years from 2018, which is what, 2023, if I'm doing the math right. Well, they extended it another 5 years. So now, unfortunately, this bill, we'll have to go through this all again probably in, what is that, 2028, if I'm doing the math right. So that's the first change they made to the bill. And then here in section, what is this, 1, they added the terms of what bullion is in its forms, and they added rounds, which was not there before. So I found that a little interesting, but that's probably added for clarification. So I don't think that the impact, there's no impact for that. And then if we skip down here a little more, I think there's a little more wordplay to understand, to define better what they meant, what the meaning of mass and the purity of the metals are. So they separated the two, the definitions into two separate line items. This one struck me a little odd. Here they say, what is the definition of bullion? It must contain, it went from 90 to 80%. So That was kind of an interesting change here, but I think that works to everyone's advantage because doesn't that open up a larger area of bullions, coins, bars, what have you, that could be considered bullion, i.e., tax exempt? So I call that a good thing. But remember, I'm an engineer, not a lawyer, not an attorney, not even a constitutional scholar. So do your own due diligence here. And then finally, scroll down here, and they added this paragraph, and I don't quite understand why it's there. So I'm not going to speculate because I don't know. This is, stay in your lane, bro. So I'm going to stay out of that. Read this for yourself, interpret it as you see fit using the resources you have available to you. And that's it. That's really what happened to the bill in a nutshell. And so now it's waiting for the governor to sign, and I'm sure this is just here for academics. But let me scroll back up here. So it's waiting for signature. So stand by for the next update if and when we hear about the governor signing this bill into law. And I think, in my opinion, that she will sign this bill because she signed the first one. So why wouldn't she sign the second one? But I'm not a political analyst, so we shall see. All right, going back to here, and I did talk about hitting that first 100 subscriber milestone, and we're talking about a celebration. Well, since we're so close to nearly 200, how about I make a deal with everyone, and let's do a 200 subscriber celebration, and we will it'll cover these two milestones together, and we'll have I think it'll be a good and fun time together. We can have a good time to come together for friendship and fellowship and celebrate. So stand by that for that video to post as we get closer to the 200 subscriber milestone. All right. Well, that's the update. Thanks for hanging around and listening. Thank you for all the support that everyone's out there has done on my behalf and on behalf of all of the citizens of the great state of Alabama to ensure that our precious metals, which is true money, stays exempt from sales tax at least until 2028. So you got to pick and choose your battles, and when you have a moment for victory, whether it be big or small, you take it in grace. Having said that, remember the first law of thermodynamics. Energy is neither created nor destroyed, rather it's altered in form. Therefore, transform your energy into a force for good.